Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans, and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist, and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health and fitness, and best of all, your mindset from where you are to being absolutely unstoppable. And today, I've got a really powerful topic to talk to you about. I'm just going to call it I Give Up, because I see so many people that are at a stage in their life where they're just ready to give up. The story goes something like this. I get a phone call. I say, look, I need somebody to help me lose weight. I've tried everything before. I've got XYZ condition. I've done this before. I've done that before. Nothing works. What can you do? And so what I do is I start by asking a series of questions. But what I want you to understand is that there's always a way. Okay. It doesn't matter what you think is going on. There's always a way to help you. Now, this is where it comes to this brain fog, this mind fog that you may have, these limiting beliefs, these stories that you keep telling yourself as to why it is that you can't achieve a difference from where you are to where you want to be. A lot of the problems can also revolve around the fact that somebody wants change immediately. It's like, okay, I want to lose X amount of weight. I've been in this position for so many years. I just want it off now. And so where do a lot of people go to? They go down the surgery option, which I don't like at all. But if we can tap into your mindset and give you this belief as to what's possible for you, then that's when you start to see your way out of this fog. How do we do that? Well, if you can understand the science I suppose if you can understand the fact that you can have success and appreciate the science and follow the steps, you don't have to understand the science, but if you can appreciate the process and know that if I keep doing these things, it will give me a completely different outcome, then I think that's the most powerful. So for instance, I was doing a session with a new person just today, and she was telling me that, she's got these issues and whatever, and I've tried all these things. And what she thinks she needs to do is just introduce some strength training. So we pulled apart a little bit about her nutrition, and she's working with someone else to do with her nutrition. And I said, well, let's work on this basis. I said, based on what you tell me, I can understand exactly why you're getting the results that you're getting. And I said, I think one of the issues is that you're under eating. She said, oh, well, I'm doing this, this, and this, and I need to just exercise because I've started to plateau. And if I now start to exercise, do some strength training, that will help. And I said, well, that will take you so far, but what you need to do is we need to, increase the frequency with which he's eating. I just explain the science of how the metabolism works so that she can understand, well, every time you don't eat, you're missing an opportunity to, not burn fat. So what we need to do is make sure that we can educate her, get her to understand this is how it works, and then also related to what it is that she has as her conditions right now. And so in this particular lady's case, I said, let's keep your food exactly as it is now, because she's got another couple of weeks to go on this program. I said, let's just do exactly what it is that you're doing now, because she's comfortable with that. And I don't want to come along and completely disrupt it. Whether I agree with what she's doing or not, she's happy there. So I said, let's keep doing that exactly as it is. But I said, here's the reason that I believe you're not getting the results that you want. But I said, let's keep doing what you're doing. And then she said, oh, if I start doing that, I've done that before, and, I had these problems. But then, without me having to say it, she did say, oh, but when I have done that, I haven't done the strength training, and I haven't done, all these things at the same time. Because I said to her, I want you to understand that each thing we do here is like a link in a chain. And I just love that analogy, because I say, like, your mindset is a huge link. Then you've got, say, your exercise. That's another link in the chain. And then you've got your sleep, you've got your water, you've got your strength training, you've got your cardio training, you've got the meal frequency, you've got your supplementation, you've got all these different things. You've got your support group around you, you've got your coach, big link. All of these things are a link in a chain. And how strong is the chain? Only as strong as the weakest link. So as soon as you have any one of those links that is not that is not strong, then you find it's weak and it's going to break, right? And when people initially start working with him, they have many weak links. So the chain's not very strong at all. So what I've said to her is it's about understanding those links. And she worked out herself, she's a smart lady, that because she hadn't connected all of these things at the same time, she tried things individually, then that's why she's not getting the outcome. Now, unfortunately, what a lot of women do is they over-exercise, so they'll thrash themselves in cardio. And she says, I just love the cardio, smashing herself with that. She started to change her eating habits, but she's not eating enough frequently in my mind. But she hasn't done any strength training before. And she says, I drink this water and I take these supplements, a whole list of different supplements and stuff that she's taking. It's like, okay, well, for me, it's pretty clear as to why she's getting the outcome. So I said, let's do it in bite-sized pieces though. Stay eating exactly the way that you are right now. Let's do it for another couple of weeks. Let's introduce the strength training. And she wants to train through Christmas. And I said, let's see the outcome that you're getting. And I said, then once you finish this program, what I would like to do is start to increase your meal frequency. And she was starting to get all worried about that. And I said, all we're going to do is we'll introduce one snack. And I said, it might be, a handful of carrot sticks or celery or something like that, a piece of fruit. And I said, you will know pretty quickly if you're feeling like you don't have the right insulin response or whatever, as to how you're going to be feeling, because your body, you're going to be feeling sluggish, maybe sick, not feeling well at all. So I said, you're going to know pretty quickly. So we'll start with that. So if we go from 3 to 4 meals, then that's going to be better. And if that's all we stick with for a while, then great. I think that's progress. Let's see how you're feeling. Let's monitor what's happening with your body, keep doing the strength training, and let's just progress from there. And then we can slowly maybe introduce that 5th meal and then maybe that 6th meal. But we're not talking about big meals. We're talking about, small changes so that her metabolism will fire up. And I just explained the science and how all that works. And then she started to have some faith. So this is a good example of what I like to say is over-delivering, tailoring and individualizing how we work with clients, because she rang me yesterday and said, look, this is what I've got. I explained that the minimum period of time that I work with somebody is 12 weeks. And she said, she said, price is a problem, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, well, I said, tell me what your budget allows. And she told me, she said $60 a week and she wants to do 3 sessions of one-on-one training. And I said, well, you're not going to be able to do that with me. I said, if you want to do a 30-minute session, it's going to cost you X. I said, for $60, I said, you could join one of our group classes, and just explained that. Then she went back and I was just explaining all the individual things that we do for people. And she said, look, do you know what? Could I come in tomorrow? Could we do a trial? I said, look, I don't normally do a trial. She said, look, could I just do 3 sessions and say, I said, look, you can come in. I said, I get that you're anxious about it. I said, let's do your fitness assessment and then let's go from there. And she said, can I just do the 3 sessions? And I said, yeah, let's do that and see. Now, I never do this. But in my mind, I knew that once she comes in, once she sees the studio, once she meets me, once we go through the whole fitness assessment, she will sign up, because she will be so certain that this is the right path for her. So, of course, she comes in and she's like, oh, wow. She said, this is amazing, the facility, that I've got here. And then we did the fitness assessment. She did really well. And then I said to her, okay, so let's talk about the path forward. And she said, yeah, look, so I didn't even have to have the conversation, because she said, look, here's what I want to do. She said, I'm going to sign up for 4 weeks. And she said, I'm saying 4 weeks because I then go back to work. And she said, then I'm going to find a way to get the money, and then I'll continue on from there. So I was feeling confident from the phone call. And so what we're going to do is obviously we'll deliver some great results for her over this 4 weeks, and she'll be hooked for life, because she's really driven. It's just that she's got some mind blocks as to what it is that's possible for her. And so I thought today was a really good example of pretty much somebody that is maybe feels like they've tried everything. They're ready to give up, and this is kind of their last one thing before perhaps they go off and have surgery, because they're so desperate to get the result. And we had a real breakthrough, because I connected with the logic in her and the motivation and drive and the inspiration as to what is possible for her. So I think if you're watching this right now and you feel like you can't achieve the health and fitness and wellness and optimized level of health you really desire and crave, and you think, do you know what, I'm just going to give up. Maybe you've got 5, 10, 15 kilos to lose. Maybe it's 50 or 100 plus. It depends on where you are. If you feel like you're going to give up, then what I would say is go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for a free consultation with me personally so that we can discuss what's going on for you, because every case is different. I mean, I've had a number of conversations in the last day and everybody's got a different situation. Everybody's got a different situation at home. I've got single people, I've got married people, I've got people that are going through legal issues, not with their partner, but with their work. I've got people that are going through, relationship issues. I've got people that are going through, COVID issues, financial issues. Every person is different, and every person's path to get to this point right now is also different. The point is that there's always a way through the wall, around the wall, under the wall, over the wall, or whatever. There's always a way. There is unlikely that you are going through something that I haven't seen or heard before or gone through personally. So we find an individual way of coaching you and providing you with a solution that is going to help deliver you the result that you want. So the more and more I'm coaching with people and understanding what's going on for people, the more confidence I have in knowing that we can support people to the optimized level of health. I mean, I've tried so many things through my own body, not diets. I don't do diets, but I know what it feels like to feel better. I know what it feels like to have the energy. I know what it feels like to not necessarily have that belief of being able to get to where you want to. And I also know what result that gives you. And I know what it means when you do have that belief and you do have that strong vision of what it is that's important for you to achieve, and know what it's like to work to get to there. And I know the individual steps to be able to do that. And that's what's really powerful. I'm also working with a lady at the moment that, another example, almost ringing me feeling completely broken. Chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, heavy smoker, tried every diet, very, very skinny lady, doesn't feel healthy, has a lot of family issues with kids and stuff, with different learning and behavioral issues, and just feeling completely spent. Now, I've now spent 3 sessions with her. And when somebody tells you that, you kind of feel like, when I do a fitness assessment on them, for instance, which is what's the second thing I do with people after doing their food, and she was eating once a day, smoking 20 cigarettes a day. And you can imagine, really unhealthy on the inside. Didn't necessarily look unhealthy on the outside, but just skinny and gaunt, really. And when I do a fitness assessment on people like that, I always have a greater faith in what they're capable of and they do themselves. So in the way that she described herself, you would think, man, this lady is going to break just if I do anything with her. But she absolutely smashed her fitness assessment. And it wasn't like I said, okay, I'm going to push you no matter what, because I don't do that. I said, okay, let's just see what you're capable of. And I get people to do a couple of sample exercises, say like some push-ups. And I say, okay, show me a couple. And I said, okay, great. So you got a minute. Let's see how many you can get out in a minute. And she smashed every single component of it. The food side of it. So I'm taking people from 1 meal to 6 meals. Now that's a huge step, right? But we don't do it in one step. We take those little things, like I said before, about let's go from the 3 meals. Let's see if we can introduce another snack that's small in 2 weeks' time once you finish this program. Keep on then doing what you're doing, but let's try and add in a snack and see how that feels for you. So with this lady, I went through her meal plan. I said, okay, this is going to be a big step for you to go from here to here. But what I want you to do is go from that 1 meal, and I want you to get to 3, okay, over the next 7 days. Get in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's a start from just really overeating at dinner time. And so she's been able to do that. And she's been able to get in some snacks. Now, I met up with her yesterday, and she didn't have a good couple of days, and she's back to like 1 meal, and it was like Hungry Jack's, which is like Burger King in the US. I said, man, that's not a good option for you. And I said to her, why do you think you did that? Why weren't you as successful as maybe the first, the previous days in the week? And she said, oh, I think I need to be a bit more prepared. And I said, spot on. So I'd like people to try and self-discover this stuff rather than me just telling them all the time. It's more powerful if they discover it. And I said, exactly. I said, so what do you think you could do? And so I got her to think of it, and then I provided some suggestions there as well. And so a lot of it just comes down to a little bit of planning. Why are you going to do the planning? Because you're holding that big goal that's really important in your mind's eye as to what it is that you want to achieve. And you keep focusing on that. And I say, if you really want that badly, you'll do the work. Because again, why? It's a link in the chain. Those links all connect to you being as successful as you want to be. If you imagine it's like a slope like this, and they're all little links in the chain, and you're climbing up the chain to get to your goal. And again, if one of those is weak and you're stepping on it and it breaks, you don't keep going, you fall down. Think about it like that. So this particular lady's been doing really well. Like the couple of physical sessions that I've done with her, been really, really good. She's starting to feel better. She's starting to get a bit of mental clarity, even just by eating better quality food. I said, look, I don't want you to necessarily go to 6 meals straight away, but I want you to get better nutrients into you. And that is helping her feel better about herself. It will eventually help her realize that she needs to cut down the cigarettes. She uses the cigarettes as a stress coping mechanism. I get her to then realize that she can use exercise, a much more empowering way to cope with the stress instead. So it's really, really powerful to see that. And also what I see a lot with women is they also start to see that they're taking some time out for themselves to work on them, for them first, so that they can be better people for them, and then the kids and the partner and, the rest of the people in their life. So like as a man, I love to give that gift to people, particularly all the women I work with, so that they truly understand that this is a gift and how important it is for all you ladies out there. If you don't do this, you must give yourself time for you, exercise, health to you, because you deserve it. You're a beautiful mum. You give so much to everybody else around you, and you give yourself last. Okay. We don't want to be like that. Give to you first, fill yourself up, and then you can be the best version of you for everybody else in your life. And once you realize that, you start to commit to your own health and fitness journey, and making sure that you're putting the right nutrients into your body. Do you know what? Your whole life changes. And that's why I love what I do, because once you can start to get these connections with people and they realize that we connect all of these things together, and they do it in their way, like at their pace, it becomes more sustainable, as opposed to bang, you got to do 6 meals. If you don't do it by the first or the second week, you're out. That's too hard for a lot of people. Some people can cope with that and they want that. Most people don't. I want to make sure that people get the lifestyle. And if you're listening to this right now and you feel, yeah, that's what I want, I'm hungry for that, then fantastic. Go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com and opt in for a free consult, and let's connect and start having those conversations now. So wherever you are in the world, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.